Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
Hey, Squeaky, you know what? Let me tell you, she's got some really nice, bowling fingers. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Happy Fri-Yay. That's right, it's Fri-Yay, the greatest day of the week. And the weekend is finally upon us. I hope you've all had a great week. I hope you're doing well. I hope this looks and sounds okay. We have lots of hopes and dreams here, am I right? All right, so like and subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate it. Thank you. Check out the description down below. Coupon codes, things we like here. Fair? Okay. So today we are talking, no joke, about the greatest fantasy ever done by one of my favorite directors. I had never seen this movie. I bought it blind, and we're here to talk about it. Let's take a little look-see. Maybe this will work. Maybe it'll work here. Pan's Labyrinth. All right. 2006, rated R, hour and 58 minutes. Directed and written and produced by Guillermo Del Toro. Starring Ivana Baquero, Ariadna Gil, Sergi Lopez. I don't know. In Spain of 1944, the bookish young stepdaughter of a sadistic army officer escapes into an eerie but captivating fantasy world. Now, as you can see, it has a huge IMDb rating. This is considered one of the greatest fantasy movies, if you will, mythological fantasy, however you want to look at it, of all time. Now, let's hit the brakes. Understand this entire movie is in Spanish. So there's no dub there because that's the way the director wanted it. And it is so you were reading subtitles. And that can be a turnoff for some people. It was a turnoff for me. And I love movies with subtitles. I don't mind them. But I'd heard of this movie over and over and over, and I wanted to watch it, so I bought it. All right. Here's the deal, my friends. My friends. The subtitles, being in Spanish, if that's not a language you understand or know, it's not a big deal. It's not bad. That being said, the movie itself, is it really the greatest thing that he's ever done or the greatest fantasy movie ever? Now, this movie is highly contested as to whether what the little girl is going through is real or in her imagination. That is a debate for another time. We'll get into it just for a second. But this is a story about a little girl who reads like books, tales about fairies and fantasy and whatnot. And when horrible things start happening where she's at with her stepdad, she is introduced to a faun. And this faun says, "You are a princess from another place, and we've been waiting forever. But to prove you have not become too human in this body, I have 3 tests for you to do. And if you do them successfully, you will take your rightful place by the king." All right? You with me? Now, to be fair, this looks beautiful. It's really well done. The cinematography's good. The character, the monsters or whatever you want to call them, like the fawn and the monster that's in it, the creatures. All right, creatures. They look great. Of course, they look fantastic. And why wouldn't they? All right, this is not. That's not in question. And Doug Jones plays the fawn. All right. And Doug Jones is just, I mean, he's amazing. He's played so many creatures. I was just making sure I had that right. Uh, and he does a fantastic job. He also plays a monster later on in the movie as well. Obviously, you can't tell it's him because, anyway. Anyway, the effects look great. But I've got to call a foul on this being a great movie. The story, yes, like you're in it. You want to know what's going to happen. Edge of your seat, right? And that's fantastic. And when you get to the end, you after 2 hours, you're like, "What?" I'm not sure that was fulfilling or a good use of 2 hours. For me, the end was lacking. And I look, I get it. We leave it up to you to decide what is actually happening or has happened. You decide for yourself. No, you, as the writer and the director and the actors, you tell me the ending. You see what I mean? I don't find that fulfilling sometimes when watching a big heavy production and then the end's just kind of like, I'm not sure I understand. And maybe it's because I'm stupid. I've done a lot of horrible things to my body in the past. Maybe I am dumb. But overall, when this was over with, I didn't have a weight lifted off my shoulders where I'm like, oh, fantastic. That ending was great. No, I was aggravated. I was like, really? So then I had to, nerdy wife took a little deep dive and found out that this is a hotly debated topic as to whether everything that you see happening to the little girl in the movie, the world she has found, whether it's in her imagination to protect her from the pain and suffering of the horribleness that's going on around her, or if it's real. So I would say this movie's extremely watchable one time, but I would not watch it a second time. It was horrible. Not in terms of quality, but horrible as in the story. There's a lot of stuff in it. It's got some extremely violent points in it where like it's a little rough to watch during those scenes. It does have a few bad words in it. And this is all out of sorts. I wasn't I'm discombobulated. It's Fri-Yay. But her mother is pregnant with the stepdad's child when they arrive where he's at. He's a military person. And she's not doing well, the mother. She's doing very badly, in fact. So the baby is born in this movie, and it just gets worse from there. So is it a solid watch? Yes. Is it the greatest fantasy I've ever seen? Not even close. Not even close. Which is sad to me because I love Guillermo Del Toro. Yeah, like I haven't seen all of his stuff. I know he's done quite a few horror movies, and horror is not my jam, but I might have to check them out. See what I can glean from that because this movie was not satisfying. And that's too bad. All right, I'm going to go start the weekend right now, right this very moment. I hope that you guys have a great weekend as well. We'll be back on Monday to talk about something super cool, I'm sure. Michael, the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this fat nerd. We'll see you then.